What's going on, YouTube? My name is FG3000. I'm back in the place to be, and welcome back to MMO Legend. Now, I've covered this game on the channel before, and I did have really positive things to say about this game. I thought I'd be playing it by now, but the game has been delayed a few times, and it looks like it's finally going to come out in November. So, I'm okay with that. After playing this game the first time and playing it now, there's definitely been some polish added to the game. And you know how the MMO world is. You'd never really get a second chance to make a first impression when it comes to MMOs. So even though I don't really like it, I respect the fact that they've delayed the game and they've added even stuff like this, like that narration that I just talked over. They didn't have that previously. So I'm okay with them adding some spit and some polish to the game to make sure that it plays better, and it absolutely does. I am super excited to play this game. Now, one thing I'm really kind of confused on is that lots of people are absolutely sleeping on this game, and I have no idea why. Because they're really excited for games like Lost Ark and Lineage Eternal, which doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. But before we get into that very controversial topic, let me show you what I'm going to be doing here. So my Q, boom, I have a charge ability. On my W, I have these flaming chains of destruction. On my E, I have this cool silence, AoE silence, which is pretty good. I have this spin to win, which is basically a taunt, and then I can bring down lightning upon my enemies. My basic attack is a basic attack, and then my right click are more chains of war. So all around pretty cool. So let's talk about what I was just alluding to a second ago. So Lost Ark, Lineage Eternal, MMO Legend, they have a lot in common. Now, I've never played Lineage Eternal and I never played Lost Ark, so there might be more to the game than the videos lead on, but I will put money, I will put any amount of money that the core gameplay loop of Lineage Eternal, Lost Ark, and MMO Legend are extremely similar. There might be some extra stuff like ship battles and raids and things like that that the other games might have that MMO doesn't have, and I'm not really sure about that. But the actual core gameplay of MMO, or the core gameplay of MMO, Lost Ark, and Lineage Eternal is going to be exactly like this. A top-down ARPG style combat system in an MMO world. That's what the game's gonna be. The extra fluff and stuff might make those games better than MMO, but like I said, the core gameplay will be exactly the same. Even without ever playing those games, I'm willing to put money on it, but I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could be wrong. So if you're going to be excited about MMO, if you're going to be excited about Lost Ark and Lineage Eternal, I think you owe it to yourself to at least take a look at MMO Legend. I'm going to use that auto move. I think you owe it to yourself to at least take a look at MMO Legend. This way you can kind of see if this is a game that you're even going to be interested in, because this is a different type of MMO that I think a lot of people have played before. So do keep that in mind. I talked to a few of my friends, and the first thing out of their minds was, I don't want to play a top-down MMO. I want a third-person, like behind-the-back MMO, like World of Warcraft style, or any other Black Desert, any other game that's more behind-the-back view. So there might be a lot of people out there that are going to have that same exact opinion about MMO. As far as the game, like I said, I've covered this title before in a previous video, but to kind of give you an overview, the controls are tight, the combat's great. The abilities feel very impactful. Like, I mean, look at this. I got Flames of War. Not to mention the game does not hold your hand. So right off the bat, they start throwing out really detailed character building. So right here, like let's say for example, I have the ability, because the class I'm playing is called the Dark Lord, so it's more of a tank class. So if I want, I could actually specialize in DPS more, I can go in defense more, I can go in support, which is like HP recovery, MP recovery, cooldown reduction, MP cost reduction. I'm just gonna throw some points in there just for giggles. Boom! I just made an executive decision on how I'm going to build my character that might be different than what you build, right? So that's a thing. Not to mention, the skills all have additional slots. So if you take a look at all my skills that I have, there's 3 slots right here, and I'll show you exactly what this is as well. So if I want to go to this open slot, this is my silence ability. So right now I have basically a crest equipped, that makes the silence duration even longer, but I didn't have to do that. I could have made this HP recovery, so every time I cast my silence, I get a little bit of HP recovery. I could have made it movement speed, buff duration. I could have did a ton of different things. What I'm going to do on this one, I'm going to do cooldown reduction as my second crest. So now this ability has silence duration increase as well as cooldown reduction. So a lot of customability. Now here's my fire burst, which I just like to call it Chains of War. I'm just going to do attack because that's my most powerful ability. So I'll just add an attack crest there. Once again, another player might do something totally different than the way I build. So that is something that this game throws at you really, really quickly. A lot of games kind of wait to throw complex systems at you, and I don't even think this is really complex, but a lot of games wait a much longer time. Not here. As soon as you get into the game, you're able to really customize and screw up your character if you choose to. So very, very cool, and props to them on that. But that's MMO Legends. So right now the game is doing kind of a stress test, so nothing to, don't run and go download the game just yet. I mean, you can if you want to kind of check it out, but the game will not come out until November. There's probably going to be some type of open beta prior to that, but we'll have to see. I don't think it's been announced just yet. Now I'm stuck in this building.
Few soldiers. Something seems off.
I like that little narration, and all the characters do have their own voice-acted narration that's different from the other classes as well. So I'm not sure if all the males sound the same and all the females sound the same. That could be something I'm not sure on. But looking forward to playing a game like this. It's very relaxing type of genre, to be honest with you. You just kind of go to interesting places and AoE down a bunch of interesting looking monsters. And you loot, you rinse, you repeat, you do your thing. There are also dungeons in the game as well that you can group up with other people and do those as well. I'm not going to show it off. Actually, yeah, I will. I think I'll put some dungeon towards the end of the video here. It's kind of hard to record because the FPS is a real problem inside dungeons. So that's something that they need to work on, and hopefully, given this extra time that they're using to work on the game, hopefully that'll be something they can do. It stays right around 30-ish, but it can dip into like 25 when you're in a dungeon with 5 people all doing their AoEs and going crazy. I would have much preferred them to somehow figure out a way to keep it running at 60 frames per second, but I mean, I get it, but that's kind of like one of those things that you need to have. There's a couple of the other character classes. This is the Mage, and this is the Whisperer, which is an archer style class with some interesting names, I must say. Very interesting names. I'm going to turn this quest in. Very easy to turn in quests. F and spacebar your friends. You can rapidly get everything you want. This guy right here with the purple thing is basically, he gives you, what's the word I'm looking for? What am I looking for? Like map quests, zone quests, public quests? Not really public quests because it's just yours, but he gives you a quest that has to do with something in the area. That's the best I can do. And you kind of go and kill these little purple guys here. Easy stuff. And of course I need to be holding shift here to make sure I don't run around like an idiot, but hey, whatever. Whatever. So I'm gonna run over here and kill these purple guys. Basically, he just gave me a quest to kill 3 Lancers, and they're really easy to find on the map here. They're gonna be the red dots. There's one right there. Just come and just ruin your day. Just ruin your day. And this is how it is, man. If you're a fan of Diablo, you know the type of gameplay that this is. It's just run in, AoE them all, go find something else to AoE them. There's another Lancer over here. Train enemies, which is really good. Train them out, train them around, train them around, train them around, and then just destroy them. And then I just finished that quest. Don't even have to turn it in. I automatically get credit for it. And now what I'm gonna do, let's go to this dungeon here, and we'll end the video over here in this dungeon. Oh, we got another crest slot for, this is my right-click ability. So, whatever. Let's just do MP cost on that one, because that's like one of my spammy abilities. Ow. If you're looking at my, my little mouse cursor here, you can actually change these. So this is what they call the high visibility mouse cursor, which I think is kind of a no-brainer in a game like this, because it's really kind of hard to keep up with your mouse when there's 5 people on the screen. But this is an example of a rift here. You can go into these solo if you like, or you can go in with a party. Since this is a part of the story, I just ran in here by myself, and because I don't want to tank my FPS. But like I said, I'll show you an example of dungeon fighting with a group right after this video. Or right after I'm done talking, which is going to be right here in about 10 seconds. So anyway, guys, this is MMO Legend. I don't think this is a game you should be sleeping on. I think if you are really excited for some of these next wave of MMOs that are hitting the scene, you owe it to yourself to at least give MMO Legend a try. I think it's a pretty solid title. So hopefully we'll be able to show you more as the game comes out, because there is PvP. I think there's guild wars in this game. There's lots of other content to be shown in this game, lots of different dungeons and things to show off. But I'm not the type of person to put in a lot of hours playing games when my characters are going to be wiped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, I'm out, and I will see you guys next video. Later.